Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we sift through the complex stuff and pull out the key insights for you. Today we're looking at something really unique in the watch world, the Amida Digitrend Open Sapphire. Yeah, this isn't your everyday timepiece. It's been called a horological UFO straight out of the 70s. Tell us a bit about that original driver's watch design. What made it so different, especially that, horizontal display?
Well, it was fascinating because it just broke the mold, didn't it? Back then, you looked at your watch face on. The Digitrend, though, it had this clever little optical inverting prism, almost like a mini periscope, really.
A periscope, okay.
Yeah, so you could glance at the time on the side of your wrist, without moving your hands from the wheel. It was actually functional, a neat bit of engineering for convenience, showing the time digitally through this side window.
So smart design meets this really bold, almost space-age look. And now Amida brought it back in 2024, pretty faithfully re-edited. Same look,
Yeah.
but powered by a modern movement, right?
Yeah.
A jumping hour mechanical one based on a Soprod Newton.
That's right.
For people maybe not super deep into watch movements, what does jumping hour actually mean for how you see the time?
Good question. So instead of an hour hand sweeping around the dial, the hour number in the display actually jumps instantly right when the hour changes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't sort of creep over 60 minutes. It snaps. It's very precise, very clean looking, and it fits that sort of digital vibe of the Digitrend perfectly. And using that Soprod Newton base gives it a really solid modern engine.
Makes sense. And now the big news is this Open Sapphire limited edition. So the case, 2/3 of it is now clear sapphire.
Exactly. So you can finally see that whole mechanism working inside.
And that transparency, that's a big trend now, isn't it? Seeing the engine.
Oh, definitely. It turns the watch almost into like a piece of kinetic art. You're not just seeing the time, you're seeing how the time is made,
Now, I read that making the sapphire case section takes 24 hours just for the sapphire part.
Yeah, it's a huge amount of work.
Wow. What makes sapphire so difficult to shape like that, especially with those curves?
Well, sapphire is incredibly hard, right? Almost as hard as diamond. So it's fantastic for scratch resistance, but that hardness makes it really, really tricky and slow to machine.
Right.
It's brittle, too, so you have to be incredibly precise when milling and polishing it into these complex shapes, otherwise crack. That 24-hour figure, it really reflects the intense craft involved. It's not just marketing speak.
Okay, so through this clear hood, you see the hour and minute discs laid out flat. But the really wild part is you can still read the time horizontally through that side prism.
Yes, that's the genius of it. The original visual trick, that mirror system, it still works perfectly. So now you get both, you see the mechanics and you get that unique side reading display.
That's brilliant. And because everything's visible now, they've obviously paid a lot more attention to finishing the movement itself.
Absolutely. You have to when it's on a show like this. So you'll see things like Geneva stripes, those nice parallel lines on the bridges, anglage, which is the sort of polished, chamfered edges on the components, and perlage, those little circular grain patterns. These are all classic signs of high-quality watchmaking finishing. Real attention to detail.
It really elevates it, doesn't it? Seeing all that intricate work. Yeah. So the movement itself, 4 hertz frequency.
Yeah.
Pretty standard modern beat rate.
Yep, 8 beats per second. Nice and smooth.
And a 44-hour power reserve. And what's impressive is, even with all the sapphire, it keeps the original shape and size, right? That sort of chunky 39.6 by 39 by 16 millimeter profile.
Exactly. That 16 millimeter thickness is key to its character. It's always had this bold presence on the wrist. It's not subtle.
Definitely not.
And making it transparent, well, it just amps that up. It draws even more eyes, makes it even more of a conversation piece, I think.
I bet. And for anyone listening who's thinking about getting one, there are strap options.
Yeah, you can get it on this cool alcantara strap. It's got an orange lining and a pink buckle, quite distinctive. Or if you prefer, there's a steel bracelet, a sort of wide link integrated one.
And this Open Sapphire is a limited run, only 150 pieces.
That's right, very limited. Price-wise, it's 4,500 Swiss francs before tax, or 5,760 euros, including tax. And you'd find it through specific dealers, like Chrono Passion in Paris, or the limited edition in the UK.
It's just such a fascinating mix, isn't it? That retro-futuristic design suddenly opened up with modern techniques, making the invisible visible.
It really is. And, it kind of makes you think, in a world where so many things are black boxes, does revealing the inner workings, like with this watch, actually deepen our appreciation for the design and the skill involved? Or does it somehow demystify it?
That's a great point. Does seeing the magic trick make it less magical or more impressive? Something for you to think about.
Definitely something to ponder.
So what stood out most to you from this deep dive today? Keep exploring those questions, keep looking closer, and we'll catch you on the next one.